Shalom, guys. I'm just gonna get my computer. Okay. Okay. Shalom, everybody. It's been a minute. I haven't done this in a while. I actually try to do it every Wednesday. I'm just doing a reading. So I got my computer. I'm just doing a sign in here. So in case I see, what do you call it? Comments. In case I see comments. And my son is going to read with us, I think. We'll see. But I know where we left off at. So you're going to have to keep that over there because that's bread. If it's spilled, it's not going to be good at all. And you probably actually go get a top for it and a straw. Shalom, guys. Hey. I don't know where to... I'm just trying to... Let me try to get over here on the YouTube Live on my computer. I did it like one time before. I think. Hold on, I think I can do this. All right, I think we got it. So yeah, so I got my computer down here so I can see the comments when you guys comment. But it's a little bit of a delay. But hey guys, so I prayed before. Sometimes like, what am I trying to say? Well, let me ask how y'all doing. How are y'all doing? Let me ask y'all that. How's everybody doing? Shalom, Danielle. Praise Yahuah. Yes. Let me say this something that has been like, I feel like the last couple days I have felt kind of like, and I feel like this is the enemy for sure. The enemy, my flesh. But I just haven't felt like today I kind of woke up, and I'm just sharing this with y'all to see like if y'all can relate or something. But do y'all ever feel like, and I know it's the enemy, like, and we know that all have, fallen short. This is my son, Melekim Yahu. No, just say King. Okay, this is King. All right. It means king in Hebrew anyway. Anyways, so I kind of felt like today and yesterday, kind of like, here, can you hold that? So delayed. It's delayed right there, yeah. I kind of felt bad. I felt kind of bad the last day and a half, I think. And I don't know if it was like hormonal stuff. I don't really know. But I try to remember, number one, we're not saved by our works. We're saved by, what Yahusha did for us. And we're not saved by our works. Like there's nothing that we can do if we're in the Messiah. There's nothing we can do or anybody can do that can separate us from the love of Yahuah. So I just wanted to say that to y'all. I know I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but I just didn't, like, I usually feel pretty good for the most part. And this last like couple days, like I almost didn't get on tonight. But I'm glad I did. Shalom, Eugene, Mrs. Set Apart, shalom. You say doing great. Oh, I see the comments now. Is it delayed? Mm-hmm. But I just been feeling kind of like bad the last couple days, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, is it me? Is it the enemy? I don't know. So I am glad I got on here, and I just try to remember that, like, because I do this, and I pray that it's pleasing to the Father, and I pray that I'm doing the right thing by Him, because I don't ever want to be, somebody that's leading, His people the wrong way, or saying the wrong thing. I'm just trying to get better at like following His, His spirit, His Ruach, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Ruach of Yahuah. I'm trying to get better at it. But this last couple of days, like I just kind of felt not the best. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because I know we all go through stuff. We have life. We learning who we are. We learning, who Yahuah is. We learning who, you know, like our culture and how we supposed to be, what Yahuah wants us to do. And so it's kind of like you try to balance it out and, try to figure out, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So how is everybody else doing? I mean, we alive. Praise Abba Yah. We alive. Sorry, y'all. How y'all doing? I know it's a delay too.
Want to hear it?
No, it's okay. Cause it's gonna get on here. That's just in case the comments don't come up. So maybe turn it down. Yeah, turn that down because that's annoying. I don't want to hear an echo of myself. But anyways, just waiting. See how everybody doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Everybody doing well? Okay, I didn't hear. I'm not seeing anything in the comments, so I figured out where I am. Cause sometimes I get on here and I don't know where I'm at. I left off at 72, right? Oh, Danielle said, I feel this walk is lonely. Yeah, it's a delay. It feels lonely sometimes. It really can. Um, Eugene said, you are definitely not by yourself on this. Yahuah knows I've had my challenges this week. Yeah. I really felt like I was being kind of rebellious, like as far as, just to be blunt with y'all, like eating, like I was eating too much, like in my flesh, um I don't know. I went back to one of the gym, and I had got out of, that would be real blunt with y'all. I got my gym membership and I had left the gym. So I was feeling like confused, like, is this even something Yahuah wants me to do? But I had stopped working out for a long time. So then I was like, maybe, or I was hearing like maybe he don't want me at the gym. Like, I know it might sound like crazy, but just like, how you're supposed to pray about everything. Like, I prayed about it, and then I'm just like, I think sometimes, I don't know, it might be the enemy. It's just challenging sometimes because he said pray about everything. We're supposed to pray about everything, but I felt like maybe me reacting to um the way I was eating and just the way I was feeling this past week, I was like, I'd like to start working out again, like I used to work out all the time. And then I didn't. Then I joined the gym again, and then I felt like, is that even something y'all would want me to do? But that might sound stupid, but I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it definitely feels kind of lonely sometimes. You feel, um, I know it's hard for the kids sometimes because it's like our whole lives have changed. We learning who y'all want us to be and how we supposed to be. And we grew up doing things, and now we don't do those same things anymore. Like, it's hard being around other people and they do the things that you used to do, and they like, why don't you do these things anymore? You know, we just don't we don't do the same things. But anyways, I don't know. I think it's still delayed. So today, huh?
Is
Yeah, it's very delayed. So I hope I don't hang up on y'all like I did before, because the internet is so behind that oh, Eugene said that's crazy. Our flesh wants to rebel so bad. Yeah, it does. It really does. Our flesh hates Yahuah. And I'm learning that I mean, you know that, but I mean, you read that, I should say, but then it's like it really becomes evident. Like, it was a time when, like, if I was doing, I remember like maybe months ago when I'm doing something bad or doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, I would hear like these blasphemies, like in my head against Yahuah. But then I'm like, okay, that's probably the devil. That's probably the demons or something, or my flesh. I don't know, but That's why we have to pray. That's why we have to fast, and we have to keep. Um, we have to keep going, y'all. I prayed to Yahuah today and yesterday, like, help me to endure to the end. Help us to endure to the end, because you can get complacent, you can get weary, it can get, you know, we just gotta keep going. I think you going. You going to sleep, Bill? Okay. Okay, I'm going to start reading. He's like falling asleep because I'm boring him. Okay. So I left off at 72, right?
You want to hear your echo?
I don't want to hear my echo because they are right there and they can hear it and it's annoying. So I know where I am. I left off at 72, okay? But I can't hear this. You have to turn it all the way down. But you can just keep it up for the comments though. Where's the comments? I don't know where it is. Okay, everybody ready? You guys still there? So I'm reading today again. I'm reading from Yah scriptures, and I'm picking up at 72 till I get tired. Okay. I had to go watch one of the older ones so I can remember where I was at because I had no clue. All right, so y'all can just listen. And I'm reading first Adam and Hua. Okay, so if you want me to okay, I see you, Eugene. Eugene says yes. Danielle said, yeah, my kids and older are oh yeah, in the world. Oh, your kids are older and they're in the world. Yeah, it's hard because my husband in the world, my brother in the world, my sister is definitely still in the world, and it's hard when it's like somebody who live in your house. It's hard, but it's like, what I'm learning about Yahuah. He is very, very merciful, very, very kind. Because if it, like if it was not me, I'm not gonna say I would take people out, but he could, if he wanted to, he could just take people out, and he doesn't do that. He's very long suffering and patient. Okay, I'm going. Stop. All right. Okay, stop. I got it. All right, so we're starting off going back to 72 because we left off at 72. Okay. Then Satan and 10 from his host transformed themselves into maidens. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. With more grace than any others in the entire world. They came up out of the river in front of Adam and Hua, and they said among themselves, come, we will look at the faces of Adam and Hua, who are of the men on earth. They are beautiful, and their faces look different than ours. Then they came to Adam and Hua and greeted them, and they stood amazed at them. Adam and Hua looked at them also and wondered at their beauty and said, is there another world under us with such beautiful creatures as these in it? And the maiden said to Adam and Hua, yes, indeed. Many of us were created. I can't believe they did that. They is so annoying. Then Adam said to them, but how do you multiply? And they told him, we have husbands who have married us, and we bear them children who grow up and in turn marry and are married and also bear children. Thus we increase. O Adam, you will not believe us. We will show you our husbands and our children. Then they shouted over the river as if to call their husbands and their children. And men and children came up from the river, and every man came to his wife. And his children, were with him. But when Adam and Hua saw them, they stood speechless and were amazed at them. Then they said to Adam and Hua, see, all our husbands and our children? You should marry Hua as we have married our husbands, so that you will have children as we have. This was the way Satan was to deceive Adam. Satan also thought to himself, Yahuah at first commanded Adam concerning the fruit of the tree, saying to him, do not eat of it, or else you shall die. But Adam ate of it, but Yahuah did not kill him. He only gave him by law death, plagues, and trials until the day he shall leave his body. But if I deceive him to do this thing and marry Hua without Yahuah's permission, Yahuah will kill him. Therefore, Satan worked this apartation. I think I said that right. Yeah, y'all do not know this word. Apparition. Let's say apparition. I don't know. I don't even know that word. This one, boo. Apparition, maybe.
Apparition.
Yeah, that looks good. Before Adam and Hua, because he sought to kill him and to make him disappear from off the face of the earth. Meanwhile, the fire of immorality came over Adam, and he thought of committing transgression. But he restrained himself, fearing that if he followed the advice of Satan, Yahuah would put him to death. So he had more fear for Yahuah, for Yahuah, than he did. That's good. Then Adam and Hua got up and prayed to Yahuah, while Satan and his host went down into the river in front of Adam and Hua, so they would see them going back to their own world. Then Adam and Hua went back to the cave of treasures, as they usually did around evening time. And they both got up and prayed to Yahuah that night. Adam remained standing in prayer, but did not know how to pray because of the thoughts in his heart about marrying Hua. And he continued this way until morning. So this just pops in my head. Thank you, Abaya. Satan put this idea in his head. And does he not do that, to us? Do they not put ideas in our heads? You know what I'm saying? That are not, come on now. Huh? Yeah. Okay. When light came up, Adam said to Hua, get up, let us go between. Did I skip some time? No, that's good. Adam said to Hua, get up, let us go below the mountain where they brought us gold, and let us ask Yahuah concerning this matter. Can you hold this, please? Then Hua said, what is that matter, Adam? And he answered her, that I may request Yahuah to inform me about marrying you, because I will not do it without his permission, or else he will kill you and me. And that's so interesting how they had enough like fear of Yahuah to even say, like, of course, Satan put the idea in their head. They had never married before. He made him a woman. Yahuah made, pulled Hua out of Adam. But Satan put that idea in his head. This is just so interesting. But anyway, I was just saying, like, it's so interesting how much respect they had for Yahuah to even say, I'm going to ask him. I'm not going to just do this. I'm going to ask him, before I do something like that. Okay. So anyways, and he answered, I said that part already, right? And he answered that I may request Yahuah to inform me about marrying you, because I will not do it without his permission, or else he will kill you and me. For those devils have set my heart on fire with thoughts of what they showed us in their sinful visions. Then Hua said to Adam, why do we need to go to the foot of the mountain? Let us rather stand up and pray in our cave to Yahuah to let us know whether this advice is good or not. Then Adam rose up in prayer and said, O Yahuah, you know that we transgressed against you. And from the moment we sinned, we were stripped of our bright nature. You try not to let nothing like that happen again. And our body became brutish, requiring food and drink, and with animal desires. Command us, O Yahuah, not to give way to them without your permission, for fear that you will turn us into nothing. If you do not give us permission, we will be overcome and follow the advice of Satan, and you will again kill us. If not, then take our souls from us and let us be rid of this animal lust. So he was having some thoughts. Okay? And if you give us no order about this thing, then separate Yahuah from me and me from her, and place us each far away from the other. Then Yahuah, if you separate us from each other, the devils will deceive us, and their apparitions that resemble us, and destroy our hearts and defile our thoughts towards each other. If our heart is not toward each other, it will be toward them. Through their appearance, because they turn themselves into women.
Mm-hmm.
You know they can shapeshift. It's a hot mess. Through their appearance, when the devils come to us in our likeness. Here Adam ended his prayer. Then Yahuah considered the words of Adam, that they were true, and that he could not wait long for his order respecting the counsel of Satan. And Yahuah approved Adam in what he had thought concerning this. And in the prayer he had offered in his presence. And the word of Yahuah came to Adam and said to him, O Adam, if only you had had this caution at first, before you came out of the garden into this land. After that, Yahuah sent his messenger who had brought gold, and the messenger who had brought incense, and the messenger who had brought myrrh to Adam, that they should inform him respecting his marriage to Yahuah. Then those messengers said to Adam, take the gold and give it to Yahuah as a wedding gift, and promise to marry her. Then give her some incense and myrrh as a present, and you both will be one flesh. Adam obeyed the messengers and took the gold and put it into Yahuah's bosom in her garment, and promised to marry her with his hand. Then the messengers commanded Adam and Yahuah to get up and pray 40 days and 40 nights. When that was done, then Adam was to have sexual intercourse with the wife. Don't giggle, yo. For then this would be an act pure and undefiled, so that he would have children who would multiply and replenish the face of the earth. Then both Adam and Yahuah received the words of the messengers, and the messengers departed from them. Then Adam and Yahuah began to fast and pray until the end of the 40 days, and then they had sexual intercourse as the messengers had told them. And from the time Adam left the garden until he wedded Yahuah were 223 days. That is 7 months and 13 days. This was how Satan's war with Adam was won by Adam, and Satan was defeated. And they lived on the earth working so they could keep their bodies in good health. So they was moving around. And they continued until the 9 months of Yahuah's pregnancy were over, and the time drew near when she would give birth. Then she said to Adam, The tokens placed in this cave since we left the garden show it to be a pure place. We will be praying in it again in a while. Because of this, it is not appropriate that I should give birth in it. Let us instead go to the sheltering rock cave um, that was formed by the command of Yahuah when Satan threw a big rock down on us in an attempt to kill us. Adam then took Hua to that cave. When the time came for her to give birth, she strained very much. Adam felt pity for her, and he was very worried about her because she was close to death. And the words of Yahuah, and the words of Yahuah to her were being fulfilled. You shall bear a child in suffering, and in sorrow shall you bring forth a child. So yeah, it's not easy. But when Adam saw the distress Hua was in, he got up and prayed to Yahuah and said, that's good, he prayed, and said, Oh Yahuah, look at me with the eyes of your mercy and deliver her out of her distress. And Yahuah looked at his maidservant Hua and delivered her, and she gave birth to her first son, and with him a daughter. Then Adam rejoiced at Hua's deliverance, and also over the children she had given him. And Adam ministered to Hua in the cave until the end of 8 days, when they named the son Cain. And the daughter Lulua. Huh. I heard they had like 23 kids or something like that. I'm not sure. Let me keep reading. The meaning of Cain is hater. Y'all look that up because I'm not really sure. Hater. It says hater. The meaning of Cain is hater. That's what it says. Because he hated his sister in their mother's womb.
Wait, what?
Because that's what it say.
Oh, man.
We about to find out because you hear of Cain and Abel, but let's see about Abel. Let's see. So he hated his sister in his mother's womb before they were born. Because of this, Adam named him Cain. Okay, so Cain. Oh. Praise Abaya. Oh, it's such a delay, y'all. Y'all messages just popping up. Hey, Chanel. Okay, so let me continue. But Lulua means beautiful because she was more beautiful than her mother. Then Adam and Hua waited until Cain and his sister were 40. What? Okay, let's keep reading. 40 days old. Okay, I thought I was about to say years. 40 days old when Adam said to Hua, we will make an offering. And I thought I was about to say they was having more kids when they was 40 years old. I don't know. I need to stop. So they was 40 days old. Okay, we will make an offering and offer it up in behalf of the children. And Hua said, we will first make one offering for the firstborn son, and then later we shall make one for the daughter. Then Adam prepared an offering. He and Hua brought it to the altar that they had built at first. Stop it. And offered it up for their children. And Adam offered up the offering and asked Yahuah to accept his offering. Then Yahuah accepted Adam's offering and sent a light from the Shamayim that shined down on the offering. Adam and his son drew near to the offering, but Hua and the daughter did not approach it. Adam and his son were joyful as they came down from the altar. Adam and Hua waited until the daughter was 80 days old, and then Adam prepared an offering and took it to Hua and to the children. They went to the altar where Adam offered it up as he was accustomed, asking Yahuah to accept his offering. And Yahuah accepted the offering of Adam and Hua. Then Adam, Hua, and the children gathered together and came down from the mountain rejoicing. But they did not return to the cave in which they were born. Instead, they went to the cave of treasures so that the children should live in it and be blessed with the tokens brought from the garden. That's very nice. But after they had been blessed with the tokens, they went back to the cave in which they were born. But before Hua had offered up the offering, Adam had taken her to the river of water in which they threw themselves at first. There they washed themselves. Adam washed his body, and Hua washed hers clean also. After the suffering and distress they had come over them. But after washing themselves in the river of water, Adam and Hua returned every night to the cave of treasures where they prayed and were blessed. And then went back to their cave where their children were born. Adam and Hua did this until the children had been weaned. After they were weaned, Adam made an offering for the souls of his children in addition to the 3 times a week. Excuse me, I got the burpees. Addition to the 3 times every week he had made an offering for them. When the children were weaned, Hua conceived again. And when her pregnancy came to term, she gave birth to another son and daughter. The name of the son, Habel, and the daughter, Aklia. So she was giving birth to twins a lot, it sounds like. Interesting. So now she got 4 kids. Then at the end of 40 days, Adam made an offering for the son, and at the end of 80 days, he made another offering for the daughter and treated them as he had previously treated Cain and his sister Lulua. Lulua, that's what it says. He brought them to the cave of treasures where they received a blessing and then returned to the cave where they were born. After these children were born, Hua stopped having children. As the children began to grow stronger and taller, Cain grew hard-hearted. Here we go. And he ruled over his younger brother. Often, when his father made an offering, Cain would remain behind and not go with them to make the offering. But Abel had a meek heart and was obedient to, you know what, that reminds me of Jacob and Esau, how Esau was the firstborn. I mean, he came out first, right?
No.
Yeah, Esau came out first.
I said never mind.
Because it said your older brother would serve the younger brother. Yes. But even though he was the older one, he that don't mean that he was, just because you older don't mean you have the best heart or you're always the better, The
better one.
It just depends on your heart. Okay. But this is the same thing. So Cain came out first, apparently. Okay, so Cain will remain behind and not go with them to make the offering. So that's really like he didn't care. So he didn't even care about going to go make an offering. But Abel had a meek heart and was obedient to his father and mother. He frequently influenced them to make, offering because he loved it. He prayed and fasted much. So he had a heart for Yahuah. Then this sign came to Abel as he was corning. I guess getting the corn. I don't know. As he was corning into the cave. I don't know what that means. What does corning mean?
Getting corn.
I don't know. As he was corning into the cave of treasures, it can't mean getting corn. He saw the golden rods, the incense, and the myrrh. We can just look it up later. And he asked his parents, Adam and Hua, to tell him about them. Abel asked, "Where did you get these from?" Then Adam told him all that had befallen them. And Abel felt deeply about what his father told him. Then his father, Adam, told him about the works of Yahuah and of the garden. After hearing these things, Abel remained behind after his father left and stayed the entire of that night in the cave of treasures. So that was interesting. And that night, while he was praying, Satan appeared to him in the form of a man. Here we go again. And Satan said to him, "Often you have moved your father into making offerings and to fast and pray. Because of this, I will kill you and make you perish from this world." But Abel prayed to Yahuah and drove away Satan. And he did not believe the words of the devil. So he came to him and said, he was mad because he was encouraging his parents to make offerings and because he was fasting and praying. So he wanted to, well, he's the hater of all that is good. That's a hot mess. He is. These demons are a mess. They don't like when we are fasting and praying. They don't like when we draw near to, Yahuah. They don't like when we pray. I mean, they don't like they don't like that we're awake. They don't like that once Yahuah has us, which he probably had us the whole time. If we're his, he's had us the entire time, even when we didn't know who he was. But it's the same thing. Like they're haters. Anyways, but Abel prayed to Yahuah and drove away Satan, and he did not believe the words, and he did not believe the words of the devil, okay? So that's for us too. Like we read the word, we know the word is the word of Yahuah. It's the word of Yahuah, and his word is true. This is saying that he didn't even believe Satan. We can, when you hear the enemy saying things, we can't go, we have to meditate on Yahuah's word. We can't meditate on the enemy's lies. That's what I'm trying to say. So Abel prayed to Yahuah and drove away Satan, and he did not believe the words of the devil. Then, when it was day, a messenger of Yahuah appeared to him, who said to him, "Do not stop your fasting, praying, or offering to your Yahuah. For look, Yahuah has accepted your prayer. Be not afraid of the form which appeared to you in the night, and who cursed you to death." See, these things try to scare us. These things try to hurt us, but these things can't do nothing to us. Y'all, if Yahuah not going to let it happen to us, we can't believe it. Like anything that happens is because Yahuah allows it to happen, or if we believe the enemy, right? So we can't listen to the enemy and the enemy's lies. He said, "Be not afraid." Okay, so you seeing demons or something, don't be afraid of them. Pray to Yahuah, fast. Okay, pray, fast. That's what we have to be doing. "Be not afraid of the form which appeared to you in the night, and who cursed you to death." Then, so even if they try to tell you they're going to, I've heard that many times. "Oh, you're going to die. You're going to die." No, absolutely not. That's not what the word says. The word says with long life will he satisfy us. Will he satisfy us and show us his salvation? So I feel like a lot of times when you hear about people who pass away, and even Sarah, right? My mom talks about Sarah sometimes. Sarah, Abraham's wife, she got tricked by the enemy. The enemy he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I really believe that's still in the word, right? That's how we fight the enemy, with the word. That's literally like when Yahusha was being tested by the enemy in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, or 40 days. The way he fought the enemy was he was just like, he would speak the word, it is written, that's what he would say, because let me just, okay, I'm not getting hype here, but I'm just saying, like, look at you. Stop, you're so silly.
absolutely.
But the enemy wants us not to know the word. The enemy wants us to not read the word, wants to distract us. You ever go to read and then you find yourself getting super distracted by, everything around you? Eugene, you know what, Eugene? I'm so late seeing this. I know. Eugene said, but were they not originally one flesh? That's a good, I thought that too. I think what happened was, Eugene, just going off of what you just said, I think this is what I'm thinking. Y'all would please correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me, please. Y'all would. Um, they were one flesh originally, and it sounds like the enemy gave them this idea to get married, and then then they asked Yahuah, to do it, and then he had all of these thoughts and stuff about her in his head or something. That's a good question, because I thought they was already one flesh as well. But it seems like he allowed them to do the ceremony or something. Y'all wouldn't knew that the world was going to get crazy messed up anyway. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's a good question. I was thinking that. Can you know where I was at?
73.
I'm not that far. I was on this page.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'll just figure it out. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, maybe oh, you're right. I'm over here. Oh, I was over here. Sorry, y'all. I got off. All right. So he didn't believe the words. Okay. He said, do not stop your fasting, prayer, or offering to your Elohah. For look, Yahuah has accepted your prayer. Be not afraid of the form which appeared to you in the night. I read this. And who cursed you to death. Then the messenger departed from him. Then Abel came to Adam and Hua when it was day, and told them about the vision he had seen. When they heard it, they worried about it very much, but said nothing to him about it. They only comforted him. But Satan came to the hard-hearted Cain. Oh, here we go. By night, and showed himself and said to him, since Adam and Hua love your brother Abel so much more than they love you, they wish to join him in marriage to your beautiful sister because they love him. However, I know. However, they wish to join you in marriage to his ugly sister because they hate you. What? Now, before they do that, I am telling you that you should kill your brother. That way your sister will be left for you, and you can throw your sister away. Huh?
The ugly one.
The ugly one? Okay. And Satan departed from him. Wow, what the heck? But the devil remained behind in Cain's heart and frequently prompted his ambition to kill his brother. Make sure I ain't skip a page. But when Adam saw that the older brother hated the younger brother, he attempted to soften their hearts. He said to Cain, my son, take some of the fruits of your sowing and make an offering to Yahuah, so that he might forgive you for your wickedness and your sin. He said also to Abel, take some of the fruit of your sowing and make an offering to bring it to Yahuah, so that he might forgive you and your wickedness and your sin. Then Abel obeyed his father and took some of his sowing and made a good offering and said to his father Adam, come with me and show me how to offer it up. And they went, Adam and Hua with him, and they showed him how to offer up his gift on the altar. Then after that, they stood up and prayed that Yahuah would accept Abel's offering. Then Yahuah looked at Abel and accepted his offering. And Yahuah was more pleased with Abel than he was with his offering. because of his good heart and pure body. Then, there was no trace of guile in him. Then they came down from the altar and went to the cave in which they lived. But because of his joy, felt at making his offering, Abel repeated it 3 times a week, following the example of his father Adam. And Cain did not want to make an offering. So he didn't even want to make an offering. But after his father became very angry, he offered up a gift one time. He took the smallest of his sheep for an offering, and when he offered it up, his eyes were on the lamb. Because of this, Yahuah did not accept his offering, because his heart was full of murderous thoughts. And they all lived together like this in the cave in which Yahuah had given birth until Cain was 15 years old and Abel 12 years old. Now, I thought when I read, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I read that they offered fruit or something, and Abel offered Cain, the bad one, right? Abel offered better fruit than Cain offered. That's what I thought I read in Genesis, or maybe it was Jubilees. It might have been. It was Genesis.
Yes, it was Genesis.
Okay, so that sounds not the same, because this one is saying he offered him, unless it was a different offering.
It is.
But then it's offering. You think so?
Yeah.
Well, let's keep reading. But Cain did that one. Because of this, Yahuah did not accept his offering, because his heart was full of murderous thoughts. And they all lived together like this in the cave in which Yahuah had given birth until Cain was 15 years old and Abel 12 years old. I just read it. Yep. Then Adam said to Yahuah, "The children have grown up. We must think of finding wives for them." Then Yahuah answered, "How do we do that?" Then Adam said to her, "We will join Abel's sister in marriage to Cain, and Cain's sister to Abel." Then Yahuah said to Adam, "I do not like Cain because he is hard-hearted. So let them stay with us until we offer up to Yahuah on their behalf." And Adam said no more. Meanwhile, Satan came to Cain in the form of a man of the field and said to him, "Look, Adam and Yahuah have discussed together about the marriage of you two. And they have agreed to marry Abel's sister to you and your sister to Abel. But if it were not that I love you," oh my gosh, "I would not have told you this thing." First of all, Satan don't love nobody. He's a liar. So yeah, "I would not have told you this thing. So if you will take my advice and obey me, I will bring beautiful robes, plenty of gold and silver, and my relations will attend you on your wedding day." Then Cain said with joy, "Where are your relations?" And Satan answered, "My relations are in a garden in the north, where I once meant to bring your father Adam. I once meant to bring your father Adam, but he would not accept my offer. But if you will receive my words,"
I have to go at 7:30 because I gotta
take a shower. Okay, that's fine.
And then I have to go to sleep.
Okay, that's fine. "But if you will receive my words, and if you will come to me after your wedding, you shall rest from the misery in which you are, and you shall rest and be better off than your father Adam." And at these words, Satan got Cain's attention, and Cain inclined towards Satan to listen. After this, he did not remain in the field, but he went to Yahuah, his mother, and beat her and cursed her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This just say Cain beat his mama?
Yeah, like a gang.
and said to her, "Why are you planning to take my sister to marry her to my brother? Am I dead?" But his mother quieted him and sent him back to the field where he had been. Then, when Adam came, he told him of what Cain had done. Adam was very worried, but held his peace and did not say a word. Then the next morning, Adam said to Cain, his son, "Take of your young and good sheep and offer them up to your Yahuah, and I will speak to your brother." And what is that? Stop for you break that. Anyways, and I will speak to your brother and have him make an offering of corn to his Yahuah. They had, excuse me, oh, I'm sorry. They both offered their father, excuse me, they both obeyed, y'all. I'm starting to get sleepy. They both obeyed their father Adam, and they took their offerings and offered them up on the mountain by the altar. But Cain behaved arrogantly toward his brother, and he shoved him from the altar and would not let him offer up his gift on the altar. But he offered his own offering on it. So he did another offering now. So he offered his own offering on it with a proud heart, full of guile and fraud. But Abel set up stones that were near at hand, and on that he offered up his gift with a heart humble and free from guile. Cain was then staying by the altar on which he had offered up his gift, and he cried to Yahuah to accept his offering, but Yahuah did not accept it from Cain. Nor did a divine fire come down to consume his offering, but he remained standing over against the altar out of meanness, to make fun of his brother, and he glared at his brother Abel to see if Yahuah would accept his offering or not. And Abel prayed to Yahuah to accept his offering. Then a divine fire came down and consumed his offering, and Yahuah smelled the sweet savor of his offering because Abel loved him and rejoiced in him. And because Yahuah was well pleased with him, he sent him a messenger of light in the form of a man to partake of his offering. Interesting. Because he had smelled the sweet savor of his offering, and he comforted Abel and strengthened his heart. But Cain was looking on all that took place at his brother's offering and was angry because of it. Then he opened his mouth and blasphemed Yahuah because he had not accepted his offering. Oh my goodness. But Yahuah said, and y'all know he made him. Like, he got to know he made him. Like, there is no excuse. So he opened his mouth and blasphemed Yahuah. Wow. Because he hadn't accepted his offering. He is very evil. But Yahuah said to Cain, "Why do you look sad? Be in right standing with me so that I may accept your offering. You have not murmured against me, but against yourself." And Yahuah said this out. And Yahuah said this to Cain in rebuke. And because he hated him and his offering, and Cain came down from the altar, and his color changed, and he had a sad face. And he came to his father and mother and told them all that had happened to him. And Adam grieved much because Yahuah had not accepted Cain's offering. But Abel came down rejoicing and with a glad heart, and told his father and mother how Yahuah had accepted his offering. And they rejoiced at it and kissed his face. And Abel said to his father, "Because Cain shoved me from the altar and would not allow me to offer my gift on it, I made an altar for myself and offer my gift on it." But when Adam heard this, he was very sorry because it was the altar he had built at first. and on which he had offered his own gifts. Cain was so resentful and so angry that he went into the field. There Satan came to him. So he's getting more and more like angry. Shalom, kings and queens. He's getting more and more it's like what was I reading? I was reading one of those books of one of the kids, Anger and Lying. But he's not lying though. It's like his rage is just being fed, and the enemy love when we get angry. The enemy love to come in, to your ear and be like, oh, this person think this about you, this person means this because they said it this way. It might not even be the truth, right? But that's how the enemy apparently operates. Don't forget your juice. Anyway, so he was getting more and more angry, and the devil saw this, and he was going to use that as, a weapon to get him to do something wicked. Yeah, really bad. Exactly. We know what he did. Yeah. Okay, Cain was so resentful and so angry that he went into the field. There Satan came to him and said to him, your brother Abel has taken refuge with your father Adam because you shoved him from the altar. They have kissed his face and they rejoice over him far more than over you. Have you ever heard things like that? Like, like, have y'all ever heard stuff like the enemy telling you stuff like, oh, your parents love your siblings more than they love you?
I never heard that.
Me never.
I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying.
Okay, boo-boo. Anyways, or like if you at school and which you're homeschool now, but like you're at school and the teacher seem like they like another kid more than you.
Oh no, that's true. I know that because.
But that might not be true. That could just be the enemy.
No. When I used to get bullied, instead of actually doing the teacher actually doing anything, she just watched.
Well, sometimes people do have favorites. I will say that. Yeah. Pure Yahuah said, it opened the door. It opens the door when we have these, I feel like it's multiple emotions though. Like you can be angry and the enemy can use that. You can be sad and the enemy can use that to also, make you feel even more emotions. Shoot, he probably could use you being happy over something too. Who knows? To get you excited about something else, and it could be a lie. Who knows? Like, kind of get your hopes up about something false. You never know. Anyway, so because you shoved him from the altar, they have kissed his face, and they rejoice over him far more than over you. When Cain heard these words of Satan, he was filled with rage, but he let no one know. Okay, so he was holding it in. He didn't go talk to nobody. He didn't say, go talk to them and ask them like, hey, do you actually like my brother more than me? Or, oh, I feel this way. Can we talk about it?
They could have lied to him.
Yeah, they could lie to him.
And that'll be even worse.
But I think it's important, I always tell you, like, it's important to talk to people. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we can draw, because of the enemy or our flesh, we can draw conclusions up in our heads or the demons that may not be true, just because the enemy is trying to get us riled up, trying to pit people together, trying to tear families up. So I think it's important for, people to talk to each other, to talk, you know what I mean? So when Cain heard these words of Satan, the words of Satan, he was filled, who is it? He was filled with rage, but he... Okay. Okay. Be careful. Love you. Excuse me. My husband is knocking on the door. But he said he's going to take him to his interview. Yeah. Okay. When Cain heard these words, sorry, y'all, my family knocking on the door. When Cain heard these words of Satan, he was filled with rage, but he let no one know. But he was lying in wait to kill his brother. Very bad. Until he brought him into the cave, and then said to him, Brother, the country is so beautiful, and there are such beautiful and pleasurable trees in it, and charming to look at. But, brother, you have never been one day in the field to take your pleasure in that place. Today, my brother, I wish very much that you would come into the field with me to enjoy yourself and to bless our fields and our flocks, for you are righteous and I love you much, oh my brother. But you have alienated yourself from me. Then Abel agreed to go with his brother Cain into the field. But before going out, Cain said to Abel, Wait for me, and I will fetch a staff because of wild beasts. Then Abel stood innocently waiting, but Cain, the presumptuous, got a staff and went out. And Cain and his brother Abel began to walk in the path. Cain was talking to him and confronting him to make him forget everything. And so they walked on until they came to a place they were alone where there were no sheep. Then Abel said to Cain, Look, my brother, we are tired from walking. We see none of the trees or fruits or the growing green plants or the sheep or any of the things of which you told me. Oh, so this is Abel saying this. Where are those sheep of yours that you told me to bless? Then Cain said to him, Come on, and you shall see many beautiful things very soon. But go before me until I catch up to you. Then Abel went on, but Cain stayed behind him. And Abel was innocently walking without suspecting any craftiness, not thinking that his brother would kill him. Then Cain came up to him, confronted him with his words while walking a little behind. Then he ran up to him and beat him with the staff, blow after blow, until he was dazed. But when Abel fell down on the ground and saw that his brother meant to kill him, he said to Cain, Oh, my brother, have pity on me. By the breasts we have sucked, do not hit me. By the womb that bore us and that brought us into the world, do not beat me to death with that staff. If you are set on killing me, take one of these large stones and kill me outright. Then Cain, the hard-hearted and cruel murderer, took a large stone and beat his brother's head with it until his brain oozed out. And he wallowed in his blood. I'm trying to figure out if the word oozed is in there. Anyways, until his brain came out, apparently. That's crazy. And he wallowed in his blood before him. And Cain was not sorry. He was not sorry for what he had done. But when the blood of righteous Abel fell on the earth, it trembled as it drank his blood. So the earth trembled as Abel's innocent blood touched it. That's what it sounds like. And would have destroyed Cain because of it. And the blood of Abel cried mysteriously to Yahuah to avenge him of his murderer. Then Cain began to dig furiously at the ground to bury. Oh my gosh, he's trying to cover up the murder. To bury his brother because he was shaking from fear that came over him when he saw the earth tremble because of him. He then threw his brother into the hole he made. So not only did he kill him, but he tried to cover it up. You got to be crazy if you think that Yahuah can't see these things. Like, what? Or just so blinded by the evil, from flesh and from Satan, like just blinded. Wow. So now he's trying to bury him. He then threw his brother into the hole he made and covered him with dust. but the ground would not receive him, and it threw him up at once. And again, Cain dug the ground and covered his brother in it. So this is the first murder ever. First murder ever. And again, Cain dug the ground and covered his brother with it. But again, the ground threw him up. 3 times the ground threw up the body of Abel on itself. Because it wasn't supposed, that was not supposed to happen. You know, it's when you kill people, you know, you're killing innocent people. When you kill innocent, like if it was self-defense, I think that
would be different.
That's different. But he killed him for no reason. You know what I mean?
Jealousy wasn't for no reason.
But it's perverting the earth. It perverts the earth. There's some scripture about that. Y'all let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on, y'all. I was looking. I can't find the. Anyways, so where was I at? Hold on, let me get my. Book is heavy, huh?
Younger brother was killed. The earth won't take him. And
yeah, the earth kept spitting him up. Okay, so okay. All right. The muddy ground threw him up the first time because he was not the first creation. It threw him up the second time and would not receive him because he was righteous and good and was killed without a cause. The ground threw him up the third time and would not receive him so that there might remain before his brother a witness against him. And so I think also it's like he's righteous, but it's not like he died of natural. He didn't get old and die. Like it wasn't his time to go. It wasn't like, excuse me, Adam died at, did he get to like 900 and something years or something? Adam, he lived really long. But when Adam died, it was time for him to die. Like no one killed him, you know.
Time to die.
What? Yeah. So, well, that's what he said because he was wicked. Like you are that evil. He killed his own brother. That's crazy. Anyway, so the ground threw him up a third time and would not receive him, so that there might remain before his brother a witness against him. And so the earth mocked Cain until the word of Yahuah came to him concerning his brother. Then Yahuah was angry and very much displeased at Abel's death. And he thundered from the Shemaim, and lightning went out from him. And the word of Yahuah came. Oh, y'all, we almost done. Might as well finish it. From the Shemaim to Cain, and said to him, "Where is Abel, your brother?" Then Cain answered with a proud heart. Oh my gosh, he's so haughty. With a proud heart and a gruff voice. "How am I to know, O Yahuah? Am I my brother's keeper?" And that's definitely a saying that I've heard many times. Then Yahuah said to, and I guess they got it from the word, huh? Then Yahuah said to Cain, "Cursed be the earth that has drunk the blood of Abel, your brother." So the earth was cursed. He cursed the earth when he did that. Wow. "And as for you, you will always be trembling and shaking. And this will be a mark on you, so that whoever finds you will kill you." But Cain cried because Yahuah had said those words to him. And Cain said to him, "O Yahuah, whosoever finds me shall kill me, and I shall be blotted out from the face of the earth." Then Yahuah said to Cain, "Whoever finds you will not kill you, because before this, Yahuah had been saying to Cain, I shall put 7 punishments on anyone that kills Cain." Okay, so he made a promise to him pretty much before he killed, you know. But you know what? It makes me think, like, first of all, he didn't even repent, it seems like. But Yahuah also had his plan. He wanted the earth to be, you know, multiply. He wanted people to be fruitful and multiply. So you see, people just messed stuff up. I said that part. For the word of Yahuah came to Cain was, "Where is your brother?" Yahuah said it in mercy to him to try and make him repent. So he already knew. He already knew what happened. And if Cain had repented at that time and had said, "Oh, Yahuah, forgive me my sin and the murder of my brother," Yahuah would have forgiven him his sin. But Yahuah said to Cain, "Cursed be the ground that has drunk the blood of your brother." That also was Yahuah's mercy on Cain, because Yahuah did not curse him, but he cursed the ground, although it was not the ground that had killed Abel and committed a wicked sin. But it was fitting that the curse should fall on the murderer. And yet, in mercy, did Yahuah manage his thoughts so that no one should know the extent of his anger, for he turned it away from Cain. And he said to him, "Where is your brother?" To which he answered and said, "I know not." Then the Creator said to him, "Be trembling and quaking." Then Cain trembled and became terrified. And through this sign, Yahuah made him an example before all the creation to show him as the murderer of his brother. Also, Yahuah brought trembling and terror over him so that he might see the peace he had before, and also seeing the trembling and terror he endured at the end, so that he might humble himself before Yahuah and repent of his sin and seek the peace that he enjoyed at first. The word of Yahuah said, "I will put 7 punishments on anyone who kills Cain." So Yahuah was not seeking to kill Cain with the sword, but he sought to make him die for fasting and praying and crying by his discipline until the time that he was delivered from his sin. And the 7 punishments are the 7 generations during which Yahuah awaited Cain for the murder of his brother. But ever since he had killed his brother, Cain could find no rest in any place. So he went back to Adam and Yahuah, trembling, terrified, and defiled with blood.
Yeah.
That is all for that one. Wow, that's it, guys. That was the book of Adam and Yahuah 1, first book of Adam and Yahuah. Let me see how long the second one is. Have anybody read the second one? That was interesting. Anybody? I can't see. Oh, Yahuah said yes. Okay, is that one good too? Let me see how long that one is. Okay, it's not that long. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yep, you should read that too. Okay, well, I'll probably continue with that one next week. And then you know what I want to read? I really like the books of the 12 kids. The 12 tribes. So I'll read that one too. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna read tonight, guys. That was good. I'm excited I got through that one. Praise Yahuah. Did I finish?
All right. Well,
You gonna take a shower?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, after you take a shower. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I guess I'll do a quick prayer real quick. Yahuah said, Yah is loving. Yah is very, very loving and merciful. And you know what I think too? Like, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what anybody does. I'm just thinking about Cain right now. Yahuah had a plan. He has a plan. And nobody can stop his plan. Nobody can stop his plan from happening. So, Satan can't stop it. People can't stop it. Nobody can stop his plan, But yeah.
All right.
You gonna take a shower?
Yeah, and then am I gonna get my computer permit?
I'll think about it. Make sure you brush your teeth. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Anyways.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
He's going to shower. Anyways, I can't see. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it might be a little bit delay. I guess I'll do a quick prayer real quick. Let me know what you guys think. I was actually anticipating how he got killed to see if it matched up, and it sounded pretty good. Cause in Genesis, I think he did kill him with a stone or something in Genesis. I can't even remember, but I think he did. I think he did. So I was really trying to see how he killed him in that one. So that's good if it matched up, and I think it did match up. Okay, guys, I guess I'll pray. You guys still there? The delay. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all there? I'm gonna text y'all. It's a delay. I'm gonna pray, guys. If you want it, if you there, you ready to pray, let me know. Okay. That's why I got down here on my computer to so I can make sure it's not delayed. All right. All right, I'm gonna do a quick prayer, guys. All right, let's pull out. All right. Barak Yahuah, thank you, Abba Yah. Thank you for your mercy, Abba Yah. Thank you for your chastening, Yahuah. Thank you for all you do for us, Abba Yah. Thank you for your supreme plan. Thank you for all of just everything you've done for us so far. Even before we were born, you chose us, Yahuah. You chose us. And we didn't know we were going to be chosen, but you chose us and you have plans for us. So we just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for everybody who, is watching right now. Everybody, all of your saints, all your Kodashim. Just ask that you just continue to bless us, Abba Yah, with your protection. Your word says that 1,000 may fall at our side, 10,000 at our right hand, but no evil shall befall us. So we know that we were reading about Abel not listening to Satan, not believing what Satan was saying, and we ask that you give us that same understanding that we are supposed to focus on your word and not on the lies of the enemy. We fight the enemy with your word, with your, with the help us to put on the whole armor of you, Abba Yah, the whole armor of Yah. We just ask you, Abba Yah, to just keep just guiding us. Your word says that you guide us through the cycles of righteousness for your name's sake, so we don't have to worry. We just gotta be still. You will fight for us. So we thank you, Yahuah, for that. Thank you for loving us. Thank you. We ask that you help us to walk by the Ruach, walk by your Ruach, and not by our flesh, Abba Yah. And help us to always remember that you love us, and we're not saved by our works. We're saved by your grace and what your son, Yahusha HaMashiach, did for us. Please bless everybody who's on this call. And just bless us to keep going. Bless us to endure until the end. Abba Yah, protect our minds in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach. Cover our minds with the blood. We are covered by the blood of Yahusha HaMashiach. And we thank you so much. Please bless everyone who's in the walk to, bless us to hold on to your truth, Abba Yah, to always stay in your truth, because your truth is our shield and buckler. And we ask, Abba Yah, also that your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today the risen bread of tomorrow, and forgive us our debts as how we have been forgiven the debts owed to us. And we also ask that you deliver us from the hands of evil spirits and let them not lead us astray from you, Abba Yah. For yours is the kingdom, the power, the glory, the majesty. All that's in the heavens and the earth belongs to you. You are exalted as head above all, Abba Yah. We know you made everything. Everything belongs to you, Yahuah. Please touch our family, our friends, those who are not awake yet. Please wake them up. You are very merciful, Yahuah. You are very patient and long-suffering. And we just ask that you just help us to just keep going, Yahuah, and protect our minds from the enemy, protect our minds from false doctrine, Abaya, and just guide us in the way we should go. And for anybody who is new and just waking up, we ask that you please guide them in the way they should go and keep them from any lies, any false doctrine, get them out of the ways of the world, out of the ways of Babylon, Abaya, out of all those lies from the enemy. That the enemy's been working so hard all these years to lie and create all these lies. So we ask that you just keep us in your truth, in the truth. There's only one truth. And we thank you, Abaya. Thank you so much for your son, who is the way, the truth, and the life. We thank you so, so, so much for Yahusha. Thank you, Abaya, for your plan. And we bless you, Yahuah. And we give you all the praise and all the glory in the name of your son, Yahusha HaMashiach. So be it. So be it. I'll wait, guys, because it's a delay. So yeah, that's all I have, guys. I do this every other Wednesday, and I thank Alohai for getting me on here to read, because I actually felt pretty relaxed, and I kind of get anxiety sometimes, but I think it'd be the enemy. Before I come, just getting on here to read and talk to y'all, like it's not that serious. It's just, this is a community, and we all. Sorry, just see if y'all text. The word speaks for itself. It's like anybody that the Ruach is our teacher. First of all, we got to always remember that the Ruach is our teacher, and it will lead us to all truth. But sometimes I guess there's a lot of false teachers out there. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's like I get a little, I guess the enemy be trying to make me feel like I'm not doing the right thing sometimes, or just making me overthink things. But it's like, as long as you're sending people to Torah, sending people to, Yahuah, and, pray about everything, then we're good to go. We're good to go. Because I don't ever want to lead anybody the wrong way. I don't ever want to lead anybody anywhere other than to the Messiah, So, yeah, he is our King, and we are very blessed to be in the truth. We are very blessed to be awake. I see every day, like I was on YouTube, and I see so many like new people, or people I ain't seen before, that's like waking up to Yahuah, Yahusha, and and it's really cool to see, because it's like our whole lives, a lot of us went to church, and now it's like, wow, we're really living in the Bible now. Like, it's really cool. Yahuah is real. Yahuah is real. Like, and the enemy don't want us calling on him. He don't want us saying Yahuah. He don't want us to say the Yahusha, Yahusha. They don't want us to do any of this. Okay. So they're going to try to come in our heads, try to, or outside, because they ain't inside. They're going to try to come and be yapping all the time. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. The word speaks for itself, So we just have to keep on going. He said, he who endures until the end, the same shall be saved. We got to just keep on going, take it one day at a time, pray about everything, worry about nothing. All right. All have fallen short, right? So we got to understand, we all, we're born into sin, but that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean that, Yahuah don't still love us, even when we make mistakes sometimes. We're not saved. We can't be saved by our own works, lest any man should boast. We can't be saved by our own works. So we can't boast in our works. Should we be guarding the Torah and keeping the Torah? Absolutely, yes. The Shabbats, we got to keep the Shabbats. I feel like my family has gotten more comfortable with this, with the Shabbat. Pure Yahukanan said, leading the way, the truth, and the light. Yes, we definitely guard his Because he said he gonna tell people, get away from me. I never knew you. You who practice lawlessness. Okay. Not you who didn't do everything right, because we know we can't do everything right. You know, we're not going to do everything right all the time. Just we got to talk to Yahuah, repent, try to walk by, you know, the Ruach, fast, pray all the time and keep learning. Have a contrite heart. We talking about how Cain's heart was hardened. He had a hardened heart. That's an example right there. Like, we can't be like Cain. We can't be like our ancestors who hardened their hearts and they just was like stiff-necked and was just doing whatever they wanted to do and pay Yahuah no attention, you know, or decided to live their own life. You know, he who finds his life will lose it. He who loses his life for my sake will find it, you know. So one day at a time, guys. One day at a time. That's really all I have, guys. And y'all let me know. I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. I'll wait for y'all to get off though, because I don't want to hang up on y'all because it's a delay. But have an amazing, blessed night, you guys. And I'll see you guys. There's a video of, I think, one of my dreams or something on Fridays. Usually they come on Fridays, and then I'll see y'all on the Shabbat on. And if you guys want to join our Shabbat study group, our WhatsApp group, then you can email me at Yannah of Yashar'al at gmail.com and let me know your like how you woke up, your relationship with Yahuah. And you know, I like to talk to people and kind of see where people's heads is at. And then we'll see if you're a good fit for the community, if you would like to join. So yeah. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Shalom. I'll wait for y'all to leave so I don't hang up on y'all though. Okay. Oop. Good night. I'm just gonna sit here till y'all leave. Till y'all start leaving, because it be hanging up on people. All right, bye guys. How do I do this? Oh, I know how to do this again. Now I'm trying to figure out how to cut it off. Oh, I got it. Okay.